Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. I'm AndyRC and today I'm checking out the Furibee VR 1 video visor. Now, as far as I can tell, these are an almost exact copy of the Eachine VR 008. However, it does have some additions to it. You can see there the 008 came with just two dipole antennas. This one comes with a cloverleaf right-hand polarized antenna and also a patch antenna. Now, I was a bit confused about this because in the manual it says that this is not true diversity but just as good, and it doesn't really go into much more detail than that. It just says duo design, amplify circle, engage best performance of RX, and use two types of antennas, omni/linear polarized antennas, at the same time. And when you take this thing apart, what you see is one video receiver and then two SMA antennas that actually RPSMA, and it's either just using both antennas at the same time, and whichever sort of direction you are coming from, it doesn't matter because they're both active at the same time. Or what it's doing is it's antenna diversity, so whichever antenna is getting the best signal, it picks up from that one, and it just has the one video receiver. I guess true diversity is two separate video receivers that switch between the two, and they have their own antennas. The thing is though, I don't really care too much about that because actually this thing performs really well. Not so long ago I was flying my X210 with it and I was getting fantastic video quality through them, as good as my Fat Sharks, which also have that diversity module. So whatever it's doing, I don't really care that much as long as it's doing it. And I thought originally it would be best to have two antennas that were the same if it's using them both the same, but I have to say with this one, two different antennas, the cloverleaf and the patch, it worked great. You know, I was able to fly my mini quad like I am any other goggles that I have, so I really can't complain about this system. And at the moment, I believe it's on offer. I think they usually retail for about £48, and I think there's a tenner off on these at GearBest at the moment. I think they are £37, but I'll link that in the description because the prices always change and these offers don't last very long, so check the link in the description for the current price, but at the moment it's a bit of a bargain, I have to say. So just like the VR 008, everything else is pretty much the same. The thing that I love the most about these goggles is the huge nose piece. The problem I have with these visors is the nose piece is usually too small for me. I know it would be perfect for some people, but I would rather have a bigger nose piece than a smaller one because you can just stick a bit of foam in there if it's too big. This one is perfect for me. And we also have this very comfy surround as well. Now, the resolution of the screen, it's not crazy high. I think it is 480p by 272. But while I was flying with this thing, I didn't notice a considerable lack of quality. In fact, it's horribly foggy out there, which is the worst conditions to be flying a mini quad in. And this performed, you know, it was bright. The colours were fine. Now it is stuck in a 16:9 aspect ratio, but that tends to not to bother me, especially at this price as well. Now, the same as with the VR 008, you don't get a battery with this one, so some expense is needed there to get a battery, and you are given this little DC connector to a JST connector here. So I just got a spare 2-cell, I think it's like a 1200 milliamp battery, and then I just slotted that in at the side there, and then this just plugs in to turn it on. Now you do have to be very careful because I found that the JST connector that comes with this doesn't have massive notches in it, and it is possible to plug it in the wrong way, so just match the colours of the wires up. That's what I do, and then it just plugs in like that. You're also given this lead as well. Now it's a video in lead, not a video out lead, and again that just plugs in under there. So we're just seeing static at the moment, and I'll just talk you through all of the buttons. Now this looks like a speaker here, but it's not. It's just a place to let the heat out, because you've got the VTX actually there. You can just about see its shiny cover. So we have got this button here, and that scans through the auto channels when you turn it on. So I don't know if you can see there, it's currently scanning through, and if I plug in a quadcopter we should be able to find a frequency. So I'm just gonna grab one over the side here and plug it in. Okay, so that is switched on, and you can see it's actually getting a picture there. But if I go ahead and press this button here at the top, it'll start scanning for all sorts of different channels. So it does all of the race bands there, and it's just finding ghosting channels there. It should sit on A4 on this one, but it's pretty good. There you go. So we have then got these two buttons here, and those two let you manually select the band. This one that's got B written on it there, so if I press B on there, then the band will light up, and you can just flick through those. See at the top there, if you just keep pressing that button. And then this one is the channel, so if you press that one, then it will go through all of the channels. And of course I want number 4 for that one. Then if you long press this button here, we get a menu where we can change the brightness and the contrast and the colour. That menu goes off quite quickly, so if you just press on that button again, it lets you go through all of the different options there, and then these two buttons here let you select the different values. And that's pretty much it. You know, it's a great goggle for the price. I would say anybody wanting to get into FPV and you are after a cheap setup, then this is fantastic, and with that offer on at the moment as well, you can get yourself a good deal. So what I'm going to do is get my mini quad all hooked up, and I'm going to go for a fly with it. I'll put links in the description if you wish to get one. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.